What's happening, Priceline Nation? It's Mike here, and it's been a while since I've done one of these, a keto diet supplement with the old Precision Extra Ketone meter. So what we're gonna do here today is I have Nutrex Research's Lipo-6 Keto supplement. Now, Lipo-6 is, of course, the super duper popular fat burning series from Nutrex. They have a lot of different Lipo-6s that are pretty much all over the world. Depending on where you're at, you might have a different formula, but this is actually the first keto-based Lipo-6 powder, and we're talking about with a lot of ketones inside of it, but a little bit actually lower on like the fat-burning ingredients, a little bit more on the focus ingredients. So that's what we're going here. This is a different kind of Lipo-6. They do have a Lipo-6 fat-burning pill as well, and it has just a little bit of the BHB or the beta-hydroxybutyrate ketones, exogenous ketones, but this is a powder where you can fit a whole lot more. So essentially what we have here is 5 grams of from Compound Solutions, the Go BHB blend, and that has a mixture of sodium, calcium, and magnesium BHB, beta-hydroxybutyrate, which are exogenous ketones that you take. And when you drink these, and we're going to test my blood, your blood levels of actual ketones should rise. Now the question comes whether or not you're fat adapted enough or how much like sugar you have in your bloodstream, how much your body's gonna be able to use them. But a keto dieter is transitioned towards using these ketones for energy primarily instead of glucose, especially if the glucose levels are low because you're on a low carb diet. That's what they're typically there for. However, if you're on a low-ish carb diet, I think that there's a lot of benefits to kind of like taking both pre-workout and getting a little bit of that double rocket fuel action. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a taste test of the 2 flavors, and I have Cucumber Melon here and Strawberry Lemonade. Now, a lot of times Nutrex does the blackberry lemonade, but this is a strawberry lemonade. And these ketone supplements, you've never taken one. These are really, they're on the salty side. You got a lot of sodium, you got a lot of the minerals in here that are attached to the BHB. So what you have to see is, we're gonna decide which one's like less salty, which one works with the flavor systems better, and we'll talk about the bonus ingredients as well. Now, the first thing I do have to say, a lot of keto dieters are kind of coming from the paleo movement. There are a lot of that on the natural side, and a lot of them don't like sucralose or artificial sweeteners. Well, if you're in that camp, I'm not. If you're in that camp though, bad news is that this does have sucralose. Good news is it's gonna taste a lot better because, like I said, these products sometimes get salty and it helps to have a really nice sweetness factor to them. So you do have sucralose inside, then malic acid at the end of the label I'm at, and then ACE-K. So we have 2 artificial sweeteners inside. This is not for the ultra pure vegan whatever crowd, plant-based crowd and everything. So on top of that though, what Nutrex is doing here, instead of adding fat burning ingredients, this is not a fat burning powder. We have that, where is that? Lipo-6 Dynamics has some of the Lipo-6 fat burning ingredients inside here. I like this product because it's got dynamine inside. Good dose of it, feels good. Instead, we're going for energy and focus because this has 150 milligrams of caffeine coming from a coffee extract, and then 750 milligrams of choline, and that's gonna help boost a little bit of the focus factors in terms of building acetylcholine levels in your brain. And that comes from VitaCholine. It's choline bitartrate, 750 milligrams of that, and that's about 40% choline by weight, I think, in that molecule. So a pretty decent dose, but then the biggest dose here, 1.5 grams of L-Tyrosine. And that's gonna be where the question mark is in terms of blood sugar levels. For me, I'll tell you a previous story, but L-Tyrosine is the amino acid that helps boost the dopamine boosting kind of neurotransmitters, some of the happy hormones. And a lot of people get a nice little euphoric uptick in focus and energy. And when I've taken this in the past, I posted some of the Instagram story, I've definitely noticed it. I think it's synergistic with the BHB levels. When I'm not in like ultra keto mode, which I'm not right now, kicking in some extra BHB, my body's still able to use it. My brain likes that stuff, but it also likes L-Tyrosine. Now, one time, a while ago, and I never published this video, I kind of regret that at this point, I did 5 grams of L-Tyrosine because I was doing each amino acid to see if they were glucogenic and if they were spiking my blood sugar. I did 5 grams of L-Tyrosine, and that's a way higher dose than you'll usually see. It made me a little bit anxious, and that's way higher dose. I've done 1.5 grams, no problems, but it also gave me a little bit of a uptick in the blood sugar levels too. I never did a second day of it in a row to publish it because quite honestly, I didn't want to do 5 grams of L-Tyrosine again. I like 2 grams or less, like 500 milligrams of 2 grams, I'm happy with. 5 grams of L-Tyrosine, I might not do again unless a lot of people want to see that. So it was just like, I was just kind of anxious. It was too much of that. So anyway, 8 ounces of water is what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna drink half of each of these so we get a full serving. And then what we're gonna do is come back 45 minutes later and do the test. I am 15 and a half hours fasted, but, and this is why we're here today. Last night was Game 6 of the World Series. I was watching with Jill and I busted out. It wasn't her fault. I sometimes will throw her under the bus, but this one's on me. I busted out my death trap of chocolate chips, and I ate a lot of them. And I, for sure, if I was in ketosis before, I was not after that. I ate a lot of chocolate chips. Like, that's my thing. I don't know. So we're gonna test my blood sugar levels. I might still be elevated. Hopefully we don't get too much more elevated. And then we're gonna see my ketone levels. If anything, my ketones are probably like 0.2. It might be 0. So let's get that going. We'll do some editing here, and this will be an Instagram video where we do editing because we have to come back 45 minutes later anyway. Yeah, that's not good, folks. You don't want to eat that many chocolate chips before bed. And so what I learned when I was wearing a constant glucose monitor, which I'm obviously not right now, is that when you eat like a moron at the end of the day, it jacks up your entire next day. You could argue to me, calories in, calories out, all you want. I'm telling you, there is a timing component to this that is monumentally huge. And I will not, probably unless I go for a pretty hard workout or swim, I'm not gonna be in fat burning mode for quite a while. And that's because I ate a bag of chocolate chips like an idiot last night watching baseball. 0.2, like I said earlier. Okay, so that's our starting level. Now let's bust out these 2 flavors. Strawberry lemonade first. As you can see, I have opened this. These products were sent for free from Nutrex. We do have promotional content that we do with them every month, so they are considered a business relationship. I gotta let you know that. That's why I love these blood tests though. Like, and I'm very confident at this point. 5 grams of BHB is gonna make my BHB levels go up a little bit. I'm gonna get to 0.4, 0.5, whatever, and hopefully my body will use that if it so chooses, if I make it work out, which I'm not doing right now. We're just gonna sit here for 45 minutes. But anyway, there's a business relationship, but that's why I love these blood tests, because we get to see the actual results. So, strawberry lemonade smells very much like just strawberry flavor, and I like that. I'm a fan of strawberry flavoring. I have 8 ounces of cold water, and we'll be drinking 4 from each cup. I don't think there's any colors, are there? Citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, malic acid, sodium citrate, silicon dioxide, sucralose, ACE-K. These 2 flavor systems have different orders of events. And that's what you have. Let's just get it going right now. Strawberry lemonade. Good strawberry. The lemonade is pretty tart on the end, but it's not so tart that it totally covers up the sodium. So it's a dash salty. Anyone who's used to a keto supplement will know this taste, and you are ready for it. This is because of the sucralose, it's a well above average ketone supplement flavor. Let's be honest, folks. Your local stevia supplement is just not going to compete with this flavor. Nutrex did a really good job with it, and as you can see, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep a little bit of an ounce left in there. But then you have the Keto flavor. Cucumber melon. And I was shy to try this at first. And then I tried it. And let me tell you, I've been excited to do this review. You know where this is going. Cucumber is a controversial kind of flavor. You get some weird cocktails out of it. I don't know. It's different. But it goes so well with melon. Some people salt their cucumbers and melons and stuff. So with that said, you can drop a comment if you salt your cucumbers and melons. With that said though, given the salty taste from the sodium BHB inside, is it going to be a good combination? A little bit of foam goes down real quick. Smells. This smell is 1,000 times stronger. And I'm excited because I know it's just like the taste is what the smell is, and that is a really good taste. Not too much cucumber. More melon than cucumber. It's actually watermelon cucumber, more so than cucumber melon. But the cucumber, for whatever reason, it kind of like pulls the salt down a little bit and you have a little bit less. So because of that, I really, really, really like this flavor. Nothing wrong with strawberry lemonade. It pales in comparison to how good this cucumber is. Okay, so now let's be careful here. Look at my lights. I got to drink down to that line. That's about right. Little tiny sip. And then let's go back to strawberry lemonade. You know what I like to do? I usually like to leave off with my favorite flavor. Way saltier. Yeah. Folks, I'm telling you right now, this flavor is one of the best BHBs I've ever had. Question is, where's my blood sugar gonna go? I'm already at 114. I really don't want it to go any higher. It's gotta stick, at least stick around that neighborhood. Sometimes ketone supplements can bring it down. I've seen that in research. Never really happened to me like heavily though. Okay, that is one serving. We've had bigger doses of BHB, so I'm not expecting crazy huge things. What I do like is that I just had 150 milligrams of caffeine. It's midday, and then I also had a nice little smack of choline and that L-Tyrosine. When I take this, it feels really good. What I've also done is I have stacked it with like half a scoop of this with one scoop, and then I was like more in the 200 or so range of caffeine, and then getting all sorts of stimulants, and that was actually a really good feeling too, but that's not the review here. So I'll be back in 45 minutes. We're gonna start this camera right here, this timer. We're gonna check my ketone levels, but overall, if you're gonna hear on flavor, it's without a doubt. If you're like wondering, is this cucumber melon flavor for real? The answer is absolutely. See you in 45. All right, 45 minutes have come and gone, and as always, with a good hit of caffeine and some BHB and being pretty much fat adapted, I feel good. I do it a little bit of a jazzy feeling from that tyrosine dose, and yeah, I don't really like to go above 2 grams of tyrosine, so this is formulated like kind of like I would like. The one caveat I didn't say before, as I'm pricking my finger, getting all that going, is that if you are someone who is on has a problem with low potassium levels, this might not be for you because there's a lot of sodium, there's no potassium in here. And that's how a lot of these keto supplements are. It's how the Go BHB blends often are. And I sometimes do feel better when I add more potassium in my diet. A good way of doing that for a keto dieter is of course the avocado. But just so you know, that's the one thing. So let's cut right into, got the blood running. I do not have the strip ready to go here. 114 is where we started. 115. All right, I've always stayed around the same level, and quite honestly, I was hoping my fast would start to kick in. I really wrecked myself last night. If you're expecting ketones, I don't care what the studies say. I've never seen it happen. If you're expecting the ketones to drop your blood sugar levels, it just doesn't happen for me. I wouldn't totally expect it. Once in a blue moon. But that's not why we're here. We're here for a little bit of a ketone boost. I'm assuming that there's more ketones in my blood just because I drank them. Overall, get me back to 0.5 or so. I'm feeling good. I mean, that's all that really matters, that you're feeling good, and caffeine ain't hurting with that is either. Whoa, 1.0. That is quite the uptick in terms of just a 5 gram scoop. This kind of worked. I don't know. Like, maybe the choline and caffeine, they do say that, okay, choline definitely helps with burning fat and mobilizing fat. It pairs the carnitine really well. We don't have carnitine in here. And caffeine, a lot of people say is ketogenic. I can drink a whole pot of coffee and it doesn't seem to really shift my blood sugar levels or my ketones too much. But in general, that was one of the bigger spikes, especially for 5 grams of ketones. So that's really good. Blood sugar is still in a bad zone for me, and that's my own doing, that's my fault, and I will deal with that because the fact is I'm gonna go eat right now. That means, in my opinion, this is a little bit off topic, if my blood sugar levels never dip below 100, I'm just use 100 as my number, sometimes 90, like I like to use as a number for this, I honestly don't think I ever put myself back into a fat burning state, because my body's been dealing with chocolate chips all night long, and now I'm gonna go eat. I'm not gonna go eat chocolate chips, but I'm gonna go eat more foods, and my body's then gonna deal with that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get back into fat burning mode until I train and stop eating crap. Anyway, that's the off topic part. We can talk about that and why I like to monitor my blood sugar levels for that very reason. Crazy things happen in the morning. I'm well past my dawn effect. So that high blood sugar level is my own doing, like I said. Long story short, Nutrex Lipo-6 KETO powder, very much price plot approved on the fact that you understand that you're not getting any potassium in here, that there is sucralose and ACE K in here, and you are cool with this tyrosine, choline, caffeine blend. There's energy in here, which I very much am. And you understand that despite what some of these researchers may say, for me, I'm not gonna get a drop in blood sugar levels. To do that, high intensity interval training is the way I go. Anyway, Mike Roberto here, founder of Price Plow. Very excited that we have a nice little uptick and feel good energy and everything, but overall, stop eating those damn chocolate chips. We'll see you later. Subscribe to both channels wherever you're listening. Follow us. We got a lot more coming up. So happy to be back into like the keto supplements, but I'm not always going to be doing these, but they do feel good when I do them. So maybe I should. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Welcome to Price Plow.